I'm just mama with my jiggers. Birds on my timeline like Twitter. Mama with my jiggers. In the club, just mama with my jiggers. Them birds ain't on my timeline like Twitter. Peace, y'all. Let me just type out this website, and I'll be with you in a minute. Versity.com. All right, y'all. This is gonna be one of those rapid fire situations where we're gonna cover a lot of information in a fast amount of time. We have a lecture coming up at 7:00. Me and my bro, Blue Pillar, and that's only available on Zoom. So if anybody wants to be in the building, pull up. The link is in the bio, ktluniversity.com. You dig? And yeah, we gonna be chopping it up and dealing with a lot of things that need to be dealt with, information wise, inside of the American Gods number 7. Because if you look around, it's a ton of shit happening all at once. We are in the dog days of summer, and just adjacent months. You know what I mean? And shit is definitely moving at a very fast pace. First and foremost, before we even begin and get into everything, I just want to say rest in peace and rise in power to the good brother Gilly, his son Cheese. They had their ceremony in Philadelphia, and as a father of a teenage boy, I definitely could feel his pain. I could relate, the senseless violence with these children. This shit has to stop. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's not fun. It has no rewards to it. I don't give a fuck about people running around getting clout and reputations, because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that could come out of this shit, is a bunch of big-headed waterhead niggas getting clout and running around, because you're not getting no money. You're not advancing the civilization. You're not doing anything. You're not gaining anything from killing each other than some fucking asshole full of time. You feel me? And people mentioning your name for a few times. You know what I mean? Other than that, what the fuck are you doing? So those vibrations in these killing fields, like Philadelphia, like Atlanta, New Orleans, that it has to come to a halt. It has to cease and desist. I'm a promoter of young men getting their rites of passage. It's only right. You know what I mean? We have to develop something, a more healthier way to give them their rites of passage other than killing each other. You know what I mean? Because that's what it has to come to, that they're cutting their teeth with bodies, And then they got our women cutting their teeth by catching bodies too, but on a whole nother level, you know? So there's a lot of emphasis going on right now about children, offspring, and progeny. You see the story with LeBron James and his prodigy, right? Bronny, a $1 billion prodigy. Think about it, because people were not, when when it came to Gilly's son, I heard people ask questions. Oh, was he a drill rapper? Was he in the streets? You know what I mean? As if we were to answer that question, yes, that would mean that he deserved his fate, right? But when it comes and people couldn't see the loss. I heard people on the internet trying to debate if the son should be mourned or not, because they were trying to point fingers at the good brother, right? So they didn't see the extent of the loss, because they looked down on the son because he was only a rapper and not a prospective ball player. But then fast forward to today, what's going on, Blue? I don't mean to keep talking like that and you sitting right there. You all right? So now fast forward today, we see a situation with the good brother LeBron and his son Bronny, who was a prospect to be a superstar alongside his father. He is considered to be $1 billion baby, a real $1 billion baby, right? So the importance of protecting our children, it hits harder now because it's Bron's son, $1 billion right? Baby. But Cheese, who got killed in Philly, was $1 billion baby. In my humble opinion, that young man was a superstar in the making. He had a great aura to him. His energy was clean, and he had parents. His father got bread. His father was ready to put him in positions. In what sense? Yeah.
What do that mean? And I don't want to be contentious with this conversation today. You know what I'm saying? But what does that mean? This, because somebody's parents got some money or some finances, how does that insulate the child from their environment?
Right.
In the game that they're engaged in.
Let me explain, bro, because you asked me a question in mid-conversation as I'm bringing up my point. So let me explain. So in Gilly the Kid's case, right, his son was attempting to be an artist, a rapper. He wanted to enter into the industry and be taken serious as a rapper. And this is a young man's game right now. You understand? It's not an old man's game with Gilly and them, you know, where he had his heyday with his group way back in the day. So the game is basically his son's now. The fact that Gilly has the money to support his son in his independent endeavors and whatnot, and the fact that his father had the industry pulls through his podcast and the relationships that he's been building up with different artists, and by proxy getting a stronger relationship with the labels, you understand? He had an opportunity to bring his son into a better environment, a safer environment, where he wasn't going to sign a contract that was going to get him jerked and whatnot and make him one of those contractual slaves. He was preparing him for a better future. Does that answer your question? Your phone breaking up. Yeah, your phone, your reception is not that great, Blue.
Yeah.
It's not good. I can't hear you. It's sounding robotic. You heard? How was he killed? The son was shot. The son was shot. I don't know if he was robbed, because I know that he used to wear jewelry and whatnot, but the son was shot in Philadelphia. There's an epidemic going on in Philadelphia as we speak with the children. You know, there's an epidemic in Baltimore. There's an epidemic in Chicago. There's an epidemic in Atlanta. There's an epidemic in St. Louis. There's an epidemic everywhere in these urban, quote unquote, killing fields where the youth are in danger of losing their lives over petty shit, gang banging, and things that I don't think they understand, right? 12-year-olds and 13 and 14 and 15, they're not old enough to understand and grasp the totality of the world that they live in right now. It's too vast. I mean, I'm in my 40s and I'm still learning shit. You know? My video was blurry too. I don't know why. Your boy on Wi-Fi. You know? I have no idea why it's like that. Yeah, I don't know the whole story as to what's behind the son getting shot, but I do send my condolences to the young man once again. You know, and the shit is it's disheartening. You know what I mean? And it's happening every other day. You said that it's super blurry.
Huh?
Somebody was telling me that my reception was blurry as well and whatnot.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me say something because I had read a comment before I left and it said, yo, y'all need to hug each other. Look, y'all, me and my brother are red and we have a variance of opinions and we allow our dialogues, which are always going to be respectful, right? We often do it in public so you guys can see how we arrive in the middle. We once had a contentious relationship. You know what I'm saying? It was very aggressive and you know,
Kind of violent.
it wasn't as amicable and peaceful and in the key of love. I love my brother. You know what I'm saying? I love his mind. I love his perspectives. I love the way that he arrives at his logic. There's nothing about him
You're
that
getting
I wish
choppy.
to. Huh? Still
You're
getting
getting a
choppy?
little choppy still.
Yeah, I'm getting all emotional and shit. I'm getting choppy. Hello? Is it better?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is the
Don't
day at a time.
look. I just saw the Barbie movie. Don't cry, Ken. Don't do
Don't do it, right?
it. City Boys is up. Don't do it.
So, yeah, I just want to affirm, for the people who might not be used to the way that we dialogue, it's not contentious, y'all. We're not disruptive. I'm not coming at him. You know what I'm saying? We just represent a variance. We don't always
Yes, we
agree,
do.
but not to a degree where it's like we're gonna come to blows. It makes for good conversation because the audience is the same way. Y'all always don't agree with everything that he's saying. Some people lean more so towards what I'm about to say, and then we can dialogue. That's healthy dialogue. Everybody should not be agreeing with everything that everyone is saying. Where's the opportunity for growth in that? So I just wanted to say
Right.
that. You know what I mean? Don't take that the wrong way. You know,
For sure.
if
Yeah.
if somebody's playing,
I second that emotion. Yeah.
yeah,
I second that motion. You know, me and
yeah,
Blue, we
go ahead.
challenge each other.
Yeah, we challenge each other, and the whole variance of the whole spectrum of thought gets to get analyzed, gets to get heard through that process. You know,
That's right.
the deep.
So as soon as you get in a better place where your signal is better, we could have a clear and concise conversation.
So my signal is still going.
Yeah, it's still going in and out. Yeah, at the moment, maybe if you stay in one designation, Starlink could connect to you and get your picture right.
Yeah, is it good now? Because I'm standing
If
still.
you stay still,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
just
hug a
I'm in the
tree or
sun.
something. Yeah, it's ground. You should take your
I'm
shoes off and ground.
I'm inside. So I don't
Nah,
know
your shit jumping like crickets. Your signal jumping like a cricket, bro. You know, it's very choppy, choppy
all right.
waters. Yeah, yes, indeed. He'll be back. You know, he'll be back. We want clear communications. I don't know how I'm coming out looking and whatnot. I really don't know what it is. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off. It might be lagging on my Wi-Fi signal. Give me 1 second. Let me switch the Wi-Fi off. You know what I mean? All right. Tell me if it got better. I'm back. I turned my Wi-Fi off. Tell me if it got a little bit better and whatnot, and we'll take it from there. But let's continue with the conversation. Um, yeah, yeah. I covered the movie They Clone Tyrone last night and Melanin Monday. My brother KT, the arts degree, my younger brother, he did more of a deep dive on Brother Rich's channel. You know, KT is the original movie decoder. I don't take anything away from him. He's the original movie decoder. He went in. He went balls deep, pause. And my perspective of the movie, you know, it was a great movie. You know what I mean? I appreciated the fact that it shouted out. It gave an honorable mention to Pootie Tang, Undercover Brother. You know, it was an amalgamation of all of those movies and whatnot. I'm real big on blaxploitation. I'm actually currently working on a script to bring a story to life, and it's founded in blaxploitation and whatnot. So when I saw the movie, I was like, "That's right." You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm talking about, because that was a genre of cinema that I think it was effective. I literally, you know, in it raised me in my childhood years. It made me want to be a rebel. It made me want to go fight against the man, Mr. Charlie. You know what I mean? It made me fall in love with Pam Grier and her aesthetics and whatnot. It made me it did a lot for me. It made me feel like I didn't have to be passive to Europeans watching the old school blacks because they was bodying them niggas. They was killing Mr. Charlie. So I was like, yeah, that shit it felt better to me than what I used to see at Selma. You know what I mean? When I used to watch Eyes on the Prize and they was hosing our people down and two-piecing them. That shit never sat with me the right way. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with their hands? Like, you know what I mean? They're already getting beat up. Why not get beat up by fighting back type shit? Like, you know what I mean? But then I found out that was a strategy to get beat up on TV and to make the world feel sympathy. You know what I mean? So black people have been banking on sympathy, right? Since the civil rights movement. They've been able to rock with the rest of the world because the world was sympathetic to our plight, right? We was getting our ass kicked on national television, hosed down, dogs biting us. Our leaders got assassinated, MLK, Malcolm X, and a few others, Fred Hampton. So people felt sympathetic towards our plight, right? And they was like, you know, damn, you niggas got it bad in America. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of sympathetic to your plight. And then drugs came, you know, dope, and then freebase, and then crack, and then everything else came after that. Hip hop came, you know, crime, and all of these other things started coming and whatnot. And the sympathy that people around the world had for us, they began to lose that sympathy. Yeah, AIDS, shit like that. So we started getting hit from both sides with a lot of calamities and shit like that. And the sympathy that people had in their hearts for us began to dissipate. And they used to be like, what's wrong with these niggas? So movies like Who Cloned Tyrone, I feel that it does a good job to not, because, you know, other than the 85ers, like family members that we have and people who are really fucking brain dead, the majority of Black people in America, we understand what's going on with our plight. Let me turn this, because I'm looking at this, you know, because what I see in the phone is not blurry. But on a computer screen, right? Look, that shit looks blurry as hell. So, see the computer screen? It looks mad blurry. Yeah, that don't look sexy at all. So, give me 1 second, and let me turn back on the Wi-Fi, because we're going to try to get. So, going back to my point that I'm making, I feel that this movie it's a good depiction of our plight, so other people around the world could tap in and get a better understanding about the shit that's going on in America against melanated men and women, so we could have a better, you know, a better understanding about what, you know, about what the fuck is going on with the Black race in America.
What I'm looking like?
You looking better. What I'm looking like?
I mean, you good, and they said that you was good. I think that your shit got better because my shit got better.
Hey.
And family, that's what family does for one another. That's what brothers do for one another. That's what these conversations potentially do. We're not supposed to agree. We're supposed to go through the spectrum of a whole emotional conversation to get somewhere in the middle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah, I want to lead as well with saying rest in peace to that brother's son. Rest in peace for all of our young kings. It reminded me of Sabir. Once again, you know what I'm saying? It was like a relapse moment. It reminded me of my homeboy Diallo, our brother Diallo, who lost his son in Atlanta.
Yes.
25 or 26. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he got, yeah, you know, he got massacred in these streets by a hit squad with high power rifles.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So the ways, you know what I mean, it's no humane way to die. You feel me? But the inhumane nature of the way that these young men are killing one another and desecrating the bodies and showing a total disregard for that person's existence, you know, blowing faces off and dumping in the face, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to,
Yeah.
but again, this is the diet that we're being fed. This is the music that they're listening to. You know, Gilly Fest is going to take place this weekend, and there's going to be mad artists up there talking about killing other Black men.
They are.
And people are going to be partying and celebrating to that shit, and not even clever enough to think once to be like, yo, not, you know, the way that Gunplay flipped on the DJ because he was playing 50.
Right.
Until I see the community flipping on DJs just playing drill, I don't want to have this conversation about responsibility with nobody. Like kick fucking rocks, miss me with the you know, the all of that fake outrage and shit like that. Because why is somebody else son susceptible to be smoked on like a pack? And we're gonna celebrate that and say nothing as a culture and be with the shits. Cause these individuals is with the shits. They with the shits, bro. Shout out to Wallow, right? Because he's not with the shits. There's a clear dichotomy in that situation, in that presentation, in that demonstration. There's a clear dichotomy that exists.
It does.
And that's Wallow. Shout
Yeah.
out to Wallow.
Yeah, Gilly is with the shits and Wallow
who
ain't.
been on the other side of the wall and seen the fucking reality. Yo, I just came from the courts today, my G.
Right.
And
Talk about it, but briefly.
Yeah, you know, these young men, you feel me, and women had the opportunity, you know, to get counseled by bailiffs, sheriffs, magistrates / judges, city councilmen, you know, court clerks, everybody that takes you through the process, right? The shit that they not rapping about on songs, right? The other side to this shit, when niggas is getting 3 life sentences and everything, and they're telling them about these young men. 98% of people that are coming through them courtrooms is melanated young men and women. Right. You feel me? And they getting stretched. We met a little lady, a white judge today. You know what I'm saying? And
how little was she?
She like Nancy Reagan. She was just tiny, like demure.
Right.
But she be roofing niggas.
Right.
And
right.
You know, they like our hands is tied at this point. You feel me? They seem like, yo, we tired of doing this. Like, I done thrown my arm out from roofing so many niggas, but y'all keep coming. And the guidelines mandate that we roof y'all. And y'all doing this shit wild, goofy. You know what I'm saying? And then don't even play the game when you get on the other side of the wall. They're fighting to come into court with their pants down. They're fighting the sheriffs and the bailiffs. Like, nah, I wanna sag in court. I wanna wear my flags in court. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, they don't even know when to turn it off.
They want to thug it out.
This is past the point of no return, bro. It's disgusting. You feel me? It's disgusting at this point. And if nobody's willing to sacrifice their cool, right? Then you're not willing to live for your children. You're not willing to live for your progeny. You're not willing to sacrifice to make sure the next generation makes it. You with the shits, and the shits come with the shits, my nigga. Shit stains come with the shits, and it's just like that.
Right.
Be the fucking sacrificial lamb, my nigga. That's the only thing we could take away from this Christ shit. Conflicted, fucking confused Christians out here. Be the sacrificial lamb. Go against the grain. Be the one that's the only one standing on your side of the street while everybody else you can't be the one if you don't go against the 99, nigga. I used to tell you that? Nah. Yes, I did.
I just don't remember it. What the fuck?
I was explaining to you this concept about being different and being singular in the world with NPCs. And I was explaining to you all of my theorems about Christos energy. And I said,
what year was that?
All the years I was trying to bring you over to the other side.
But like,
and appeal to your consciousness. 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 010. When did you wake up, nigga?
Come on now.
I'm asking you a question. Put a date on it.
I would say like when I turned 30.
Yeah, so whatever year that was, all the way up until recently. But anyway, let me speak to the people since you want to have amnesia. You out of 100, if you doing the same thing as 99% of the same 100 people, you're not the one. The one is so different and differentiated that they're going against the grain, and more than likely they're standing by themselves. going against the bullshit because everybody else is with the bullshit.
Right.
So the one have to look so weird, so out of place, so displaced from society that that's the one. You can't be the one going with the fucking flow. That defies all logic of the concept of the one.
You just got to be odd.
You got to be, I'm saying we live in an abnormal world, so you got to be normal. And being normal in the abnormal world is going to make you look odd.
Right. Right.
But if there's nothing that I can identify you that's different, nigga, you're an NPC. You're part of the 85 or the 99 percenters. Wallow is part of the 1%. That nigga goes against the grain. He's totally contradicting. He's totally outside of the scope of what you're gonna find in the streets of Philadelphia, my nigga, or on these timelines. Right?
Interesting.
He is Wallow. Where's Waldo? Wallow is Waldo. He's the nigga that stands out in the picture because he got on the red and white stripes. Remember Where's Waldo?
Yeah,
Remember
I remember
the
Where's
books?
Waldo.
We used to buy the books and you had to find him in the picture. That's Wallow.
Right.
Nobody in his community reflects him. His energy. He's totally outside of the scope and the box and the reality of what Philadelphia inner city street life looks like.
Well,
And that is for every hood USA.
who cloned
So the
Wallow?
ones got to be the ones. And if you ain't the one, nigga, then you not the one.
Who cloned Wallow?
That nobody. It's unclonable.
That needs to be the
You
new
clone,
that needs to be the focus.
The one can't be cloned. That's another thing about the one. You can't clone the one. You can only clone the clones. The NPCs can only be cloned. The 99s could be cloned. You can't clone.
Is that why in Tyrone movie they didn't clone Yo-Yo?
I mean,
a little tough right there.
Yeah, you can't clone a woman either because she is the grand architect. I can see that. Yeah, you can't clone. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. Niggas is working out what they working out. Leave the women alone. They got the shit figured out, but they're following bozos, so they looking like they doing bozo shit. Cause all the bozo, the clown shit, right? Niggas be dealing with the dominant hierarchy, right? Or what Wesley Muhammad called the epsilon male and an alpha beta society.
Right.
So the goofies is in charge, right? What is a nigga? I keep telling you, he's a beast made in the labs of North America who has the anatomical ancestry of a god, but the mind of a colonizer. So those people are in charge. Those people are never thinking about community. They're never thinking about anybody but themselves because that's contrary to what a nigger is. So when the exception becomes the rule, because remember, they was just an exception at one point. Right? They were there for tasks. They was needed when necessary. Right? We got you niggas in the cage and the leash in the back of the house like a pit bull. And when you need to go into the dark shadow of your nights and you got to deal with some niggerly shit, then you bring the nigga out. Right? He never was supposed to lead. Where's the God in that and dynamic? Where's the man with the intellect? Where's the thinking man? Where's the one that? So the movie showed you they was forced to go into that particular bag, right? Where they no longer were thinking singularly about themselves. They was no longer in their nigger mind, right? In the shallow conscious mind, but they had to go a little bit deeper, subconscious way. They had to tap into their subconscious because of the feminine aspect of Wiz.
Had to go save.
Like I said, these the same niggas. A nigga will throw a $20 on a stripper in a strip club, but won't give her $20 for gas after the strip club. If he's seen it at the gas station, right? Make it make sense.
It's the environment.
So a nigga is tethered to his environment. A nigga is a direct reflection of his environment. A god, right? His environment is his product.
Because they say DNA responds to environment.
Yeah, but you can be a product of your environment, or you can make your environment your product, right? So a god is going to change of environment just based on him being in the environment. You right? High tides lift all boats. So your shit just going to be better because a god don't live like this. But a nigga's gonna say, "Oh, I reflect my." Who reflects? You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to project yourself on this planet, in this world. You don't reflect nothing. Oh, that's all that. My reflection, all of that shit is retarded. Like, how could you reflect something that's broken, dysfunctional, and fucked up? But that's who these people are. That deals with the whole aspect of saying, like, when you are enlightened, the concept of enlightenment means that when you come around, you plug holes in other people's aura, and then you
Right.
lift them with you. You feel me? That's how you change your environment. That is the Christos energy. That's when you the one.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? This ain't what's taking place. These ain't who these niggas are. You feel me? That's not what we're bearing witness to. We're bearing witness to people telling us that they're subject to their environment and they can only reflect the dysfunction that they're subject to.
That's an interesting leap. That's an interesting segue.
Yeah,
Speaking about it. Huh?
Let's seg it.
Yeah, let's seg it. Because we're talking about environments and we're talking about the reaction that people have in those environments. So there's a new environment that's is dominating the minds and of the youth. That environment is a virtual reality environment, and they're getting into these virtual realities and they're beginning to act, right? Like they're a part of these environments. So one of the biggest fears that has dominated 2023 is AI basically acting human, right? Everybody's afraid of AI getting sentient, right? Developing emotions and feelings and whatnot. But the way that the universe works, right? They always throw you a curveball. So while everybody is afraid of AI becoming human, you got humans becoming AI.
Yo.
So I went down that rabbit hole today. Hold on. I went because I'm studying for this lecture tonight, which is in about an hour from now.
Yeah.
Everybody who doesn't have your tickets to American God 7, go ahead and hit that link in the bio or go to KTL University, get your tickets because this shit is going to be fire. So I went down to Pink, what's her name? Pinky the boss or Pinky Doll?
Oh, the girl on TikTok?
Gang. Yeah, I went down to NPC. Gang. Like if we.
Oh, I'm listening. Interesting rabbit hole. Yeah.
So.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah. So here you have it. They're putting our people in these virtual reality environments where it's spatial reality, right? So in spatial reality, we're in a spatial reality right now. Because as I'm talking to you, hearts are going up. You know, people are hitting the emoji. I see hearts moving and all of that other shit. So I'm in a virtual reality. But over there on TikTok and Bigo and whatnot is even a deeper virtual spatial reality. So our people are doing the NPC trend, non-playable character and whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're tapping into a fake virtual reality environment, and then they are conforming to that environment. They're not in that environment playing their best human rendition. They put themselves in a virtual reality environment, and then they started acting like virtual reality NPC characters.
Yes.
And then they put a bag to it, they monetized it, so now you get rewarded for your behaviors. So what is your intake as to this new trend that we see with the non-playable characters online?
What you're saying, it was 2 days ago, you feel me, when it hit me. And I mean, this shit is interesting, but it's controversial, and I'm attempt my best to tread very carefully. I was going through the transgender conversation that, you know, popped off with Jess Hilarious, right? And I was attempting as best as I could to avoid it and just observe it, you know what I'm saying, as a you know, being studious. Because, you know, I already have my dissertation on that situated. But the deeper I'm going, you know, and my dissertation is that on a higher level, for the puppet masters. So I'm not speaking about people who are the pawns in the game, right? The pawns in the game who are members of the LGBT community. And then I'm admittingly, fuck it, I'm gonna tell you, I was triggered, right, last week because of the pedophile movies that I was watching. Because I didn't just watch Sound of or what's it called?
What was that Sounds of Freedom?
Sounds of Freedom. They dropped me another one that was based on Hollywood. I think it's called I forgot the name of it, but this was a documentary that they keep scrubbing off the internet. But it was about the Hollywood managers that was raping these little boys, right? Shit was crazy, right? Well, Bryan Singer, it was like really Bryan Singer's his whole clique. It was a documentary about them.
Bryan Singer from the X-Men?
Yeah, Bryan Singer.
Oh, he's a piece of work.
Yeah, so he had a clique, he had a crew. You know what I'm saying? So they was showing the skinny on his whole crew. And I was like, damn, man, you know, again, everybody's being played to some degree on some level. Everybody's a pawn on some level.
Right.
So I'm not speaking about the people that are just confused about their role in this game and they just the NPCs, right? I'm talking about the level bosses and things of that nature. So in my paradigm, transgender leads into transhumanism, and it's very clear. I know what players are. I can see the play. I got it, right? I see the shit a mile away. Not hard to see at all. So I'm like, damn, right? They got these people, you feel me? They're appealing to people's emotions. You know what I'm saying? And they're setting up this dichotomy, you feel me, where it's a societal civil war taking place. You know what I mean? It's already kicking off, but it's about to intensify. So I'm looking at the shit that's being said, you know what I'm saying, with the Jesse hilarious thing and what have you. And just, yeah, like, lo and behold, as deeper and deeper as I went in the rabbit hole, I'm like, yeah, this conversation is not about when will AI achieve sentience. No, it's the shit that I've been saying. When machine mounts man, man accounts for the sentience that AI is supposed to be achieving. The singularity is going to take place inside of the body of man. His sentience will just be co-opted by a machine. The machine don't need to become sentient. The man is already sentient, and man wants to become machine. I'm like, duh. The machine don't need. And then when that happens, then they're going to lend all of the learning and the training for AI later on to simulate what what the sentient experience feels like inside of the body of man. Right?
Right.
Because my observation is transgenderism cannot exist without the combined efforts of science and medicine. And both of those priesthood or those industries are the ones that are complicit with bringing about transhumanism, right?
Right.
You cannot hold form, or you cannot hold the form, because now this is a mild level of cloning.
It is?
Yeah. A man turning into a woman and occupying the same body in one lifetime without you jumping from one body to the next, you just cloned a concept in your mind that, you know what I'm saying? You was born Arnold, but you're Aretha. Like, do you get a new?
Somebody in my comment section mentioned the word cis woman, and I would ask you kindly, you know, not to use that language on this channel. I don't know what a cis is.
Yeah, I don't
approve of that language.
Yeah,
I don't. That's not a lexicon that I've adopted, and I don't participate in that.
Offensive. Yeah, I consider that offensive. I'm very much old school when it comes to. I know what I know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand what pronouns are. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah. A him. Yeah. A dude is a dude,
Yeah, just
is a dude.
say
Yeah,
real woman.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't gotta say sis. Just say, is that a real woman? And I'll answer you. Cause I don't know what the fuck a sis is.
Yeah.
So
I
by
don't answer
me
bonus holes.
acknowledging
I
that
don't.
shit,
Yeah, I don't know none of that
that's
shit.
some
I don't use
that's
that.
sorcery in my book.
And
Yeah, that's
and
sorcery
that's
in
what
my
I'm
book.
saying. Yeah, that's a version of AI, right? That's a version of now they're attempting to make my intelligence artificial. What is artificial intelligence? You're attempting to artificially inseminate somebody else's intelligence into my body to make me an AI. Whereas if I see a man and call him a woman, nigga, I'm operating as AI.
Mm. You
Fuck you
hallucinating.
mean?
Like yeah,
No,
fuck you
yeah.
mean. They want us to hallucinate like we chat GPT. I'm giving right answers. I
And
ain't
yeah,
hallucinating.
and a version of that, like you said, would be a young woman online and virtual appearing as if she's an NPC or anime character.
Gang,
You know
gang,
what I'm saying?
gang. Gang, gang,
And
gang.
yeah,
Gang,
and the
gang,
heart
gang.
going up,
Gang,
and
gang,
she's
gang.
in character. Hollywood also was the first vestige that brought us AI because we were artificially inseminated by one person playing a character of someone else, and they don't come out of character. So if Heath
Mm,
Ledger died as the Joker, you know what I'm saying? Was he not AI?
mm.
Was he not AI? Did he not clone onto himself a whole nother personage and a whole nother character? But is that nigga not clinically psychotic? Is he not dealing with mental psychosis as well? Because now he's dealing with alters where his mind was split for him to what? Make a whole reality. He had to make space inside of his body for another character. Come on, nigga.
Shit.
I know what the fuck I'm looking at. Refuse to
So
side
what do
with
you
Drake.
call?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go. I'm not even going. I'm going up with my guns blazing. I'm not going down with my guns blazing. I'm going up with my guns blazing. And I refuse. You feel me? I refuse. I'm standing on mine. We're not doing that.
What's the difference between that and a man, role playing or basically method acting as a woman, improving, where they got the neck snaps, they throw a wig on, they put the makeup on, the foundation, they get all of the nuances and they role play.
Yeah.
So what's the difference?
I don't know. Just men were shamed for cross. Niggas say that you a cross dresser, and that's what you like doing. And yeah, there's a space, a place for you. You feel me? But if you think that I'm gonna call you a woman, if you think that I'm gonna allow you around my woman in her most intimate spaces and places, you know what I'm saying?
Ah,
Nah, that's not gonna happen. And the thing about men is that men are always going to be men, whether they chop their wood off or not. A nigga's always gonna try to take some shit from you, right? He's always gonna try to man up. He's always gonna try to debo. He's always gonna try to assert himself.
exert. Did you see Barbie?
Not yet, no. So,
Pause.
hold on.
Listen, Cam.
Let me finish my sentence
All
first.
right, go ahead, man.
Did you? All right. So a man is always going to exert himself. So now, yeah, women done let
Mm-hmm.
him up in their house. And what is he attempting to do? As men will always, right, do. He going to take your shit for himself. He's deboing them. He's manhandling them.
Right,
He's wilding
right.
them up. He's stripping them down. He's doing what men do. So I ain't
Mm.
calling homie sis. I'm not doing that. I'm not calling him what he ain't. That nigga's a man and he's doing man shit in your motherfucking
Yeah,
spot with
he's
heels on. Yeah,
encroaching. Yeah, he's encroaching upon.
he's just
This
doing
what
what
men
men do.
do. Yeah, this what men do, women. They come in and they try to take over shit. Because when you think about it, the women that are transitioning into men, you don't see them doing the same type of activities. They're not encroaching upon male dominated spaces, attempting to, to basically push you out the way. You feel me? And the reason why I asked you about Barbie, and it wasn't no, it
I'm,
wasn't no slight or anything, is because I read the synopsis of the movie, right? heavy in the patriarchal themes. It's a feminist blockbuster, right?
Right.
And you know, there's a segment in the movie. I think it's Act 2 of the movie or Act 3, where the star Ken Ryan Gosling I don't know how to pronounce his name. He basically goes back to Barbie Land and he turns that shit into Ken Land. You know what I mean? He goes into the human world and realizes that men is running shit, and then he goes back into Barbie world and he encroaches upon Barbie world, right? He brings his male dominated mind state of conquering and things of that nature into good old fucking Barbie land, you know what I mean? And chaos ensues. So I just brought that up.
And let me be clear, right? Because I made a post yesterday, and you know, I can't say it went viral, but it got a lot of traction, and it got a lot of responses. And somebody was very pissed off at me, and they reminded me, baby, that I don't only have what they said heteronormal people following my page. And this I found out traveling, right?
I did too.
And it teaches me about judgment. It's a very personal lesson that I always find out about judgment, because I used to judge the niggas with the face tats until I met Derek Grace, right? And then I kept meeting niggas with face tats, and I would be judging them in my mind, judging a book by its cover, and them niggas, the first ones to be like, yo, I fuck with y'all. Your information changed my life, and the shit made me feel bad, like real derelict, like damn, I'm sitting here judging this brother, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, and it's the same thing I've been experiencing as of lately with people from that community, you know what I'm saying? And they're some of the nicest people.
Right.
Some of the nicest people, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very much mindful that these conversations that we have are not being done in the echo chamber, and my intention is never to disrespect or hurt anybody's feelings, because everyone is part of the human family. My observation that I was just saying is that if someone is saying that they feel displaced inside of a body, that seems to be more of a spiritual issue, and it should be tended to as a spiritual matter, right? And then you have to go to a spiritualist. We live in this country, and from what I'm learning, based on what my initiations or what I'm being involved with, is that none of these niggas really know spirituality, because the spiritual community is not spirituality, and spirituality is not spiritual traditions.
Right. Those two different things.
Those are two different things. So very few of these niggas in our community know spirituality, no magic, no any of these things that can help somebody's spirit freed up from a body that they feel that they're not supposed to be in. You have to get a whole nother level of recourse. I cannot even offer that for you. I don't even know what direction to point you in. But I know that it's not dealing with a medical procedure, because the mind don't reside inside of the body, right? So it's a spiritual issue, right?
Mm.
And because we live in a post-crack world, or post-drugs period, post-doogie and all of that,
Yo,
so many disembodied.
bring that back. I'm sorry, Blue. Bring that rewind that quickly. You said the mind doesn't reside in the body. So the conflict that people are having internally is an internal mental issue, and the mind is detached from the body. So they're attributing it to,
The mind is detached. The mind does not reside in the body. So it's an energy issue that deals with your subtle energy body that lives outside of your body. You know what I'm saying? This has to be dealt with by the most, distinct spiritual. I mean, I could talk about it, but I can't talk about it. Not here. You feel me?
right.
And then I know people that have told me that they are qualified and they have performed these particular spiritual operations, but I would not, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't be knowing what people is into. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how much they want, what they need. But I know medical procedure is not it. I know putting somebody on psychotropics, which is going to what? Exasperate any mental issue a person does have. So if a motherfucker think cuckoo already, And you take psychotropic drugs, that shit is creating,
Whew.
is fracturing the mind and creating more alters.
More,
So
yeah,
you're gonna
more
be more
personalities.
schizo, right? And then again, I said what? It's science and medicine. They can only hold form by using medicine from the medical establishment that is all chemical based. All of that toxic poison comes from the petroleum industry by way of Rockefeller and DuPont. So none of that is good. None of that is affirming. None of that is healing. None of that is going to bring a person back into their quote unquote body. These are the reasons why the spirits are disembodied to begin with. Post chemicalization, that's when the uptick of confusion started happening in our community, when people started becoming exposed to these chemicals. So you get exposed to the cancer causing chemicals on one side, because look, one brief alteration of a mother's chemical stasis can offset the gender of the baby during developmental stages. And
Yes, it
then
can.
when I mention this, then they're like, oh, now you blaming the mother. I'm not blaming the mother. All right, let's say the daddy got toxic sperm. That's going to fuck the seed up. But the mother, the incubation period, 270 days inside of the cooker, right? They said one brief alteration of the chemical makeup is going to throw the whole development off. So they showed you in Tyrone, she got shit in her hair. She got the baby powder on her chest, cancer causing. She got the deodorant under her arms, cancer causing. Let alone the ultra processed food, cancer causing. Let alone the environment, cancer causing. Let alone the music she's listening to,
The
toxic.
maxi pads.
Let alone the maxi
tampon.
pad. Let alone the polyester nylon and shit she got on her clothes. I mean, on her body. Let alone the fact that she got
Sisters.
fucking artificial shit on her feet, and then she's arching her feet at a different angle, wearing them high heels, throwing her posture off.
You know, Barbie's feet never touched the ground.
Never. She's not on Earth. She lives.
They showed you that in the movie.
Like
she had a permanent arc on her.
Yeah, like the rest of us do. Her feet, her soles never touch the earth. She's plastic, right? She represents the plastification of society that happened post 1960, when we started wearing plastic soles on our feet and we don't touch the ground anymore. So hence the fact, what I said, that what we see our people expressing is characteristics of GMO seeds. And then niggas got the nerve to not put the 1 and 2 together, that the Tyrone shit would come out on the same weekend as Oppenheimer and Barbie. And the fact that, once again, you eat GMO food, nigga, you are cloned. And you're a Barbie because you're plastic. And there's a nuclear bomb that has been set off inside of you, a chemical bomb that you have participated in, because ain't nobody stuffing that food down your mouth. Pause. You putting it in your own mouth. You are participating in your own destruction because you got finessed by clever marketing, either by McDonald's or Mattel.
Yeah, Century of Self with Edward Bernays and them.
Yeah.
I made 2 observations, Blue.
Let's
One, there wasn't no homosexuals in Glenn. In the fictional city that they cloned Tyrone was depicting, I didn't see any I didn't see any representatives for the LBGT community.
Yeah. The minute I heard Glenn, I was like, the Bluff. That's what I heard in my head.
The Bluff?
Yeah, the Bluff
right
is the Glenn. I mean, but you know, Glenn
and homie name was Finn in Star Wars. His name was Finn. So Finn from Glenn. Anyway.
Shout out to KT. He dismantled the breakdown on Black Magic. I highly recommend that you see it, because it sounds like you didn't see it yet. But that's all right.
Nah, I seen it, bro. I seen it before you did. How about that? Yeah, that part.
Go ahead.
I seen it. And the second observation, what was the second observation? It has something to do with what you were talking about, just in regards to the chemical onslaught that we've been going through via the government. And yeah. I mean, that definitely is on point. You know what I mean? I'm trying to remember what the fuck I was gonna bring up as a second point. But the simple fact that they were highlighting all of those chemicals that were being used in the basement to turn the people out and whatnot, you know, and the fact that they've identified the chemicals as being, like you said, as being responsible as one of the main culprits for this gender confusion epidemic that we're seeing in our neighborhoods. I wonder why that wasn't touched on. Was it too sensitive, do you think? Or, you know, or was it, is it just something that you
It,
could
it,
basically,
it wouldn't have got greenlit.
it wouldn't have got greenlit through the, right, right.
It wouldn't have got green. It wouldn't have seen the light of day coming out of Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? They had to give you the archetype,
Right,
right?
right. So we're embarking upon the hours of 7 o'clock. I got to get myself together for this lecture that I've been preparing for, and so does Blue Pill. Is there anything that you want to leave the people with before we depart?
Man, again, pull up. You feel me? I know my presentation. I'm dealing with a lot of information that people. I feel it is vital that they know. You know what I'm saying? So we can
Yeah,
stop. We can start with the goofy commentary.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
people really need to know. You know what I'm saying? Get a better understanding about what they looking at.
Right, right. I
I
appreciate you.
just I jumped in to drop Tizzy, so I'm gonna head to the crib and I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get the people this work. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on, bro. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
today's the day at a time. Let's show some respect to what that means and respect. Like I said, if Elon Musk dropped the X today, he would have been super legendary.
Right, right, right.
This is the day at a time. This is the X day. This is the 0 point in the Mayan calendar. The new year starts tomorrow. So on this day at a time, which is our 3-year anniversary of Dark Matter Timing, that me and A.A. Rashid did in Atlanta. It is it's the 1-year anniversary after the Pope got beheaded in Canada from the big chiefs when they hit him with the chief bonnet. I mean bonnet.
Yes.
And it's some other things that I'm thinking about, but oh, I don't know if there's a hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all.
All right.
But yeah, it's a lot going on.
Yeah. It's packed.
We are
Yeah.
attempting the best we can to give the family some understanding, some observations. I'm not confused. I know exactly what I'm looking at, my nigga. All of this shit fits into what it fits into. You know what I'm saying? I'm not confused. This is the dog days, the coded. All of the motifs is popping. The shit is seasonal, right? Because when we in Cancer, it was Cancer motifs. Now that we in Leo, it's Leo motifs. What the Leo motifs? What are the Leo motifs? Children,
Children, family.
the heart,
Mm-hmm.
family, king, right? So in just that one incident today and a day at a time, you got all of the motifs wrapped into one. King James' son, his child,
And the
deals with
heart.
a heart attack.
Right.
You feel me? This is Leo season, my nigga, and I bet you. Let me even do the research on what his placements and his astrological shit is. With
Right.
Bron, what is Bronny?
Who's Bronny's sign?
Yeah,
Let me go look.
right. And I believe King James, either he's born on New Year's or he's a Capricorn. From what I remember with LeBron James, but he definitely represents that solar energy. You know what I'm saying? He's King James. Feel me?
Huh?
So yeah, Bronny's a Capricorn too. Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron James is a cat.
Yeah, I know Braun is a cat. Yeah. So, right, like I said, he's either New Year's Eve or he's December 30th, right? They saying his son is a Libra. Yeah, I mean, December 30th is a portal date because that deals with the Sirius Gate, right? That deals with
Right.
the Sirius Gate. We're dealing with all of this Sirius energy. Now we're leading up into Lions Gate. Like I said, man, this shit is all in the lecture. I be writing this shit before it happens. That's why, you know what I mean? I know how much value we bring. I'm just confused as to what the fuck. If y'all ain't fucking with this, like, where do y'all go for your information? Send me a link so I can go and get upgraded and updated. That's all I'm like. If y'all not fucking with this, nigga, what else is out there that you getting information from that's on point, that's at up? Because I ain't off yet. You know
I listen to Pinky Dog.
I'm
Gang
on
gang.
5 year
Gang.
run.
I get my information from TikTok, from Pinky
I'm
Dog
on
and them.
a 25-year run with not being wrong and being on point. So, like I said, I'm not even hyping I undervalue my value to make other niggas feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? These niggas coming around me regurgitating my shit from 5 years ago, and I'm just smiling. Like,
Yo,
deep, son. That's
I've been
deep.
through that.
That's deep. And then I'll post a receipt on Instagram from a Facebook memory from 13 years ago when I was talking about that shit.
Oh,
So,
that don't mean nothing. You got you know, get in
yeah,
touch with Netflix. Get in touch with Netflix and roll out your documentary, my nigga.
yeah.
Nostalgia don't mean shit
It
no
don't
more.
mean nothing.
It don't mean
They
nothing.
don't respect receipts. So I'm just like, yeah, pull up, get some of this new work, get some of this latest, greatest information in real time. You know what I'm saying? You know, tailor made and tailor fit to your personal present day condition, so we can stop being so confused and we can stand on top of the game and get ahead of it instead of being underneath that shit, drowning in these waves.
I thought you
With that,
were gonna say Taylor Swift, my nigga. I was like, she got him too. But yo,
tired
did
of
you?
being like lost in the sauce, and niggas got so much time online, but it's like, all right, come and give us some of them hours then, because I know what this value represents.
Right. Somebody said pull up where to. Come and
Yeah,
get your
university.
tickets. Yeah, KTL University. Click on the link that says American God 7 and go and get your tickets. And we'll see y'all tonight and whatnot.
I'm teaching tonight. I got some shit to teach. You feel me? I'm in teaching mode. I got some amazing information. I'm dealing with clarity only. Like, I want to open people's eyes so they can see it for what it is. And it's a beautiful thing once you see it for what it is.
Yeah, Blue.
It's good, bad. Look, it's good, bad, ugly, and indifferent.
Blue, I might start it at 8 p.m. though, Eastern.
Hey,
You good with that?
I'm okay with whatever.
Okay.
I gotta, trek through traffic to get back to what I need to get back to, but I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Fully loaded on deck. I'm ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And I got value. I'm bringing value. You know, I'm just saying, like, niggas will wear you out if they could find any flaws. I'm just like, show me one thing that's been off, right? Because if I was off, like, they would never let me not stop hearing it.
Oh, no, they're going to remind you.
Yeah, when you all the way right and you on the streak like this, everybody quiet and silent. You know what I'm saying? And you want women in TikTok. No disrespect to them, but this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't that.
If a nigga gets something wrong in a 1 minute TikTok, you need to hang it up. If you can't bust your gun for 1 minute, my nigga, come on now, what we doing? I mean, think about it. You know, motherfuckers be doing 3 hours, and you got to make sure in 3 hours that you don't make one mistake for 1 minute. So if you can't do a TikTok for 1 minute and body the game, then this ain't the game for you, bro. You know what I mean? Anybody out there, you know, get your fucking information correct in your 1 minute, please. Let's go. Yo, did you see my plaque?
Yo, we gotta talk about that. I seen it on the fly. I was online because nobody gave me a DM. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hear nothing. I'm like, saw
No,
that,
it say whereas red pill.
and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you getting credit for shit that I did. I'm like, where's my name at with that? How you gonna leave me out the mix? But it's all good. I'm sure mine is in the cut waiting because I wasn't there, so my shit's still in plastic. Yeah, tear me out the plastic.
Nah, look, this is the city of South Fulton.
Yeah.
They said you was gonna get a proclamation from Midtown.
Whatever, nigga. Give it here. You know what I'm saying? Give it here.
Don't worry about it. I know some people in some high places,
I ain't
man.
turning down nothing but my collar. How about that?
Who?
Linen. I ain't turning down nothing but this linen
Oh,
collar.
oh shit. Is that crushed linen?
Nigga, crush. Top to bottom. Stop playing.
But you got on polyester boxers though.
What? Huh?
Get your drip together. You got polyester boxers on. Fix your drip, brother. I'm just saying. You're canceling yourself out.
Baby. Is any of my boxes polyester? Like, no. Come on, we got rid of that. We went to great.
Yo, nah, dead ass. I burnt all my polyester
we went
drawers.
to great lengths, and I
leveled up.
I Amazon some linen boxes. Them shits ain't cheap.
Did you see that? Yo, did you see they got the whole linen undergarments?
They're not cheap.
Fire is not cheap at all.
They on the way. I got my baby blue linen sheets coming too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be stunting.
That's fire.
But it showed me that there's a whole industry waiting.
I'm finna start the linen wars out here. Yeah. You fuck around.
Look,
I had to order an iron though, cause that shit get wrinkled quick. So I'm waiting for the iron from Alibaba.
Yeah, I mean, it's the steam iron. I'll teach you some tricks. I've been doing this linen thing for a minute.
What you think I'm talking about? A regular iron? I could get that from Kmart. I'm getting the big boy.
I've been crushed linen for a minute, so I can give you some.
All my linen is wrinkled.
Yeah, up. You know what I mean? Y'all should ask me how I go a whole day and I come back home with no wrinkles in my linen. Like I said, intelligence, man. Niggas don't ask the right questions. That's another thing about this community.
They not prompting you the right way. They don't prompting you.
They ask other people questions. They should ask me directly. Huh? We going hiking. Stone Mountain.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I be there.
Yeah, we hitting the mountain tomorrow with these children as well. So this is an open invite. You know, if anybody want to get on that mountain and show support, we're showing support for the youngsters.
What time?
They're in like 10 o'clock.
I might bring my Ginger with me. What's the youngest that the children could be?
It don't matter.
Bring that baby.
It don't matter. These is children. Like they ain't no age limit that other children gotta be around children. Children, period. Even if you don't got children, you can come. We're showing support to these children.
Children, I know.
We want them to stand on top of that mountain and look over the city and speak their intentions on the city. You know, whatever their plans are for dominance of this city, we want to support them. We want to let them know that they can do that. You know what I'm saying? That they hover over the city. The city is not bigger than them. They're bigger than this city. You feel me?
Right.
So we want to speak life into that. So we'll be doing that tomorrow at Stone Mountain. I'll put a flyer up with the time.
Congratulations.
Yo, hold on. They asking me what time on the mountain, Julius, tomorrow. 10:30.
Yeah. 10:30. All right. Yeah. I might pull up with my Ginger.
Yeah.
Man, congratulations, my brother. I'm so happy.
Yeah, congratulations, my guy.
Yes,
all right.
Man.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a beautiful one. We excited.
Brother.
Thank you. Congratulations to me.
Nah. Yeah, you too. Congratulations. You too, brother. You're a top.
That was light though, but I appreciate it.
Big Red.
Thank you.
Don't you look like Big Red?
Big Red.
Look, I look like Big Red. Look at it. Say you like Big Red.
Big Red.
Temptations.
Big Red from where?
Temptations, nigga.
If I had to beg you.
From 5 Heartbeats?
I mean, from 5 Heartbeats.
But I had
I
to
don't look
pay
like
it.
Big Red, nigga.
Yes, you do.
No,
What the fuck that's supposed to mean?
congratulations to you.
Oh,
Doing
thank
the
you,
damn thing.
beloved.
Doing the good work.
Oh man.
Don't let up.
So
Don't let up.
don't let up. Don't let up. You don't know. You don't know.
More.
You don't know. You know? Somebody asked what materials are high vibration and what cancels them out.
Yeah. Huh?
Somebody had asked in the chat what are high vibrations and how to and what cancels them out. So I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna share with them. The high vibration materials are linen and wool, not the linen with the blend, pure linen and pure wool. And we talking cashmere and that itchy ass wool. You need to be itching when you wear the wool, because if you put cotton underneath it, you'll cancel out the wool. So silk, rayon, and polyester. Polyester is a no-go. For the men that used to buy their polyester boxes from the gas station, apologize to your whiz now. That part. And you know what I'm talking about. Apologize to your whiz. You know what I'm saying? Go get us some flowers and whatnot. Make it right, my nigga. Make it right. Go get us some Casamigos or something. Make it up for her. Because those polyester drawers was ruining relationships. You know? Rayon and silk, they said, are not at a level of polyester, but they say that it's very low.
If you could find, they said the real silk though,
from the silkworm.
Yeah, that's hitting.
Yeah, that's hitting. You could get away with that. But the poly blends and all of that synthetic fabrics, it is going to lower the frequencies of your body. This is your skin, right? The biggest organ on your body. You want to enhance your frequency. You want to enhance your vibratorial frequencies with the fabrics that you choose to, clothe yourself with. And also when you go to sleep, especially. So when we see situations in the hospital with bed rot and patients going into the hospital where they're healthy and then they drop dramatically to a place where they may be in a state of candida, that has a lot to do with those polyester scrubs that they put on us, the polyester sheets, and then they put us on plastic mattresses. They also do the same thing to prisoners, right? So linen historically was a healing, quote unquote, fabric. They would wrap the wounds in linen. Now they'll put polyester around it and it will become even more, quote unquote, diseased and things of that nature. We were wondering why. And when you look at these institutions, ever since, like Blue points out, ever since the DuPonts took over and they eradicated hemp materials, they eradicated all of these things. It was the Hearst family who was behind the newspapers. It was the DuPonts, the Gettys, and some of these other robber barons and whatnot. They completely usurped natural fabrics in place of synthetic ones because it was a money grab. So petroleum-based synthetics, right? Oil. They got us rocking shit that was made out of petroleum. And cancer has kicked off as a result of that, because when the body is, imagine if you're working in an office, no sunlight, you on your Jamie Foxx shit. They making jokes about Jamie Foxx with no sunlight, but I'm looking at some of y'all baby pictures and I'm like, ever since you became a city worker and you go in your job when the sun is down and then you leave when the sun is down, nigga, you lost your color too. You lost that aura that you had. You lost your color. So there's been a concerted effort. It's not a conspiracy, right? There's been a concerted effort by some of these families to take away fabrics and the things that were healthy for us and replace it with the items that would not just make us sick, but it will basically make us a recurring quote unquote patient in their hospitals and also inside of this quote unquote FDA drug system of theirs. So when they bring you into the hospital, they already know what is about to happen just based off of minute details such as your sheets and your scrubs and what it is that they're taking off. They'll take the wool and the linen off of you, and they're going to put you in these fake ass synthetics and whatnot. And what it's going to do, it's going to lower your shield or your force field. It's going to lower your defenses. So now all of these quote unquote airborne illnesses and things of that nature, you feel shit attached to you, and you're like, damn, why am I feeling creepy? Like things are on me. It's because you don't have that protection. You don't have that auric field anymore. It's been compromised. But yo, you can leave them with a word. I got to get out of here. My guy. Okay. Bamboo t-shirts feel real nice. Yeah, Kia, I'm gonna go and look up what is the properties of bamboo as a material and whatnot, because I do think that the bamboo has properties similar to that hemp. Because think about it, we're talking about those rich fibers that hemp possesses, and also the bamboo and whatnot. You feel me? Those fibers, those rich, thick fibers that you're able to turn that into a material and whatnot, or a fabric. So yeah, but fabric, hemp underclothes, linen underclothes, that is a must. Bras, panties, boxers, and socks do not fall for the polyester scheme. You know what I mean? There's polyester people that you could look at now and understand that there's a mentality behind the wardrobe. Just think about it, okay? Think about those polyester outfits out of Shein and Fashion Nova that basically took over in the last, that in the last, what was that, 10 years, right? Through social media and things of that nature. And the energy of the people wearing those items have changed dramatically as well. And we wonder why. They're more susceptible for what? For mind control. They're more susceptible for what? For ELFs, extra low frequencies.
Remember, I used to always tell them about, I'm like, yeah, man, before Foxy Brown became Foxy Brown, she used to be in a bowling alley with them same $10 spring pants on.
Yeah.
So that was polyester. That give a whole new meaning to Il Nana. And her energy matches that. Her energy matches that. You feel me? So
Oh man. Somebody said having copper around is good, right? Hell yeah, copper is excellent for you. You know? Copper works. Look, I gotta go though. Love and light to the family. I'll see y'all. We pushing this lecture. It's gonna start at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll see everybody. The link is right there in the bio, KTL University, and it's pinned in the comments. Thank everybody for their times. Thank you, Blue. Blue Dreams, Blue. Thank you for your time and your quote unquote input. Very good conversation, and I look forward to your segment tonight. I know you finna take it home, and yeah, that part. All right, peace.